it is very important that we, in particular, Black South Africans, recognize the development of our people. Because without the development of the people, people will not be able to participate actively in our economy. We know that there are some challenges that are dealing with financial support. Fortunately, today we have also OECDC that are supporting our small upcoming business people. They will not be supported by any other person but us first. And of course, the role that you played is a very crucial and very important role in developing our people. It took Afrikaners from 1948 to 1990, which is a long, long time for them to develop. It is correct that we needed to learn from the Afrikaner how their development progressed on a year-to-year basis. They moved from being agricultural people in the past. You'll see a lot of them are still in agriculture. And that is why when we talk about land claim, they claim that is our fathers and our father and so on. It's purely because that's where they started. But they realize that the economy is changing on a regular basis. The next phase of the economy was moving away from agriculture into industrial development, the production and so on. They did not fold arms and wait until somebody do something for them. One, they developed their own artisans using railway in the past, those facilities that ESO is today. Those were the engines to develop these skills of the Afrikaner people. When we came, Tina, we changed some of these things that's supposed to have benefited us. If you drive, you go to New Bright, on the left-hand side, as you come up Itilpati, that was a training center for Afrikaner people. Plumbers, electrician. Today in your area, you can't get electrician because of Ziko. But unemployment, you see it in abundance. Now, honestly, all of us, as Africans, we really need to start looking at developing those skills. If we do not do that, it's going to catch up with us. You can have money, you can have everything, but if you cannot make sure that a person next to you develop with you. They created their own institution, Afrikaans schools, and also some areas, the universities, where they also develop their people. Today, they control more than 40% of the listed companies in JSE. 40% is controlled by them. Through companies like Naspers. Those are engines, the Afrikaner, to make sure that they build facilities so that they can train their people going forward. There was nothing wrong with that. It needed us as ANC, as a government nowadays, to have a strategy to develop our people, not only to develop them and finance them. On the financial side, Afrikaner was simple. They formed Sanlam, and they decided all government money must go to Sanlam. All. Sanlam opened Trust Bank. Trust Bank, all our government department will finance Trust Bank. And I happen to serve in that portfolio at Trust Bank. Have never seen a bank in my life that has run for more than 50 years without making profit. It never made profit. Because the objective yayo was not to make profit. The objective yayo was clear, to take the money that we collect from the organization and plow it back to our Afrikaner people. And then we will all notice that later on it was Trust Bank was supporting all the farmers, all the farming community. They developed their land bank, which was the institution that we're supposed to do, to finance its development. That's a challenge that we're going to be having as South Africans. We want to take over the land, but I do not think we're ready. I'm not saying the land must not be given to us, but you can go along and ask individual, are you ready to take a farm? The next challenge that we need to commit ourselves in to make sure that we are uplifting the needy people. If we do not, I said it before, uplift the needy people, we will then be faced with a mama's task. NAFCOC's role is to facilitate, because we come from NAFCOC. NAFCOC has been facilitating. It's good that they facilitate the development of the people that today we're celebrating. Congratulations to them. And the next one, NAFCOC, as my appeal, you are there to influence the policies. You can go and toy if somebody is building a road, but if the policy is not right for that tender to be given to a correct person, you are late because already the tender is given. And already the person is on the ground. That is a problem with us people, because we only see izinto sezenzeka without being involved in influencing. The Constitution of South Africa is clear. The policies must be developed by us, and the policies must address the ills of the past. I'm not a politician, I just know that line in the Constitution. You can imagine if all of us were applying that in development yet. We are now 20 years behind, but I think we can still get there. To other business people that are upcoming, my appeal is, let's move away from a business survival, where you work from hand to mouth. And I understand it's not easy because you start from negative. Whatever you do, you must build up to a level where you can be able to go forward. We need to move into and to graduate ourselves into a level where we create wealth. And I know about creation of wealth, capital, you must not mention the creation of wealth. It's better when you create poverty and you remain to poverty, then you come right. I think we really need to move forward and create wealth. Today I'm going to give a short story of the company that we formed in 1990. 1990, after the time that Uputu Sandwich Kaza, Puma bottle store yonke into, when the Group Areas Act we immediately say, what's next? Because we cannot protect our areas. Remember, Group Areas Act it was a privilege to whites, but to us also in the township. During the time of the town boycott, everybody was buying from us. And we benefited a lot during that period. And that period came and it left, and then we had to sustain ourselves. Tina, what we did, we formed a company where we put our team together, all small business people in the township. Today, we've got 51 of the shareholders left. They were about 600. And of course, you know, Abanya is short-term investors, getting our wealth creator, long-term investor, one that wants to build a business to last. I repeat, we built the business to last. If you build business to last, you will be able then to support the small upcoming businesses. You will be able, because if you have the wealth around you and you have the resources to train. Right now in African Pioneer, we have a small company called Pioneer Slots. Pioneer Slots have got about 90 sites out throughout there. Out of the 90 sites, we made it we made it possible for about 60 black business people, small ones, after they came from the training. After the training, because they know what is expected, we know that they are short of capital. We then finance and help them. Today, some of them are now running on a higher level. They run distribution. because of the infrastructure we created from them. We again like to create as a group. We are busy now creating another business that we think it will last. It is called Pioneer Connect. You'll know Pioneer is always. And we are saying Pioneer Connect, you will only be able to go into that level when you have a deeper pocket. Fortunately, we were building wealth all the time for a future. Pioneer Connect is preparing ourselves for the fourth industrial revolution, as automation and ICT, because everything is going to go to the ICT. And if you are not there, you are going to be a loser. It's worrying when you look at the ITC as a development, and you also see a mine that was about to be opened in Transkei. And I know it's controversial, but that mine would have been producing its component as a search for IT, which is a future business. To me, it's a well-positioned opportunity. I hear they talk about tourism and so on. And I agree with the person that says, tourism, yes, it contributes. But the mine build the infrastructure and you remain there for a very, very long time. Now, unfortunately, some of us do not see the same. But you'll always get, when it's a development, especially of a black guy moving forward, you'll always get the EIAs, and that's neighbors EIAs that makes a person to take 2 years before I develop. A businessman does not want to wait. If I have money, opportunities there, I must quickly develop and move forward. And if you can look at how the development has staggered because of a lot of bureaucracy, a creator compliance. You know, compliance is bureaucracy, a creator, if by compliance, then it create a bureaucracy. Because the manager walon do velanga, like one lady, Department of Labor in our office, because in the office we've got 50 people, almost all are black, and they have been trained. She came in and said, the Department of Labor is coming here to come and check your EE. Tina, we gave the EE happily. And she said, but we don't have Indians, we don't have colors, we don't have whites, it's only blacks here. You know, it was really a difficult one for me to explain to the lady, because we're trying to take those that are unemployed and build them here to move forward. I'm also asked to say one or two things about the land issue. I don't know why, because I'm not a politician. I'm sure Costa will handle that. Because it's not my line. The only thing now in business, I just know that land is quite a sensitive area. Everybody wants land. And ndikendangena nam ndathi ndiyifuna lo mhlaba. And ndawuthenga umhlaba ngapha ifamanyana encinci 100 hectares. Inayo ke necase zayo zehagu. Ndafaka ezo hagu pha. Okokuqala le nto itya gqithi every day iyatya. And okwesibini le nto izala gqithi all kunyaka omnye inumber seyidablishile. Okwesithathu, I don't even have a route to the market. I don't know who's the buyer. I always thought that ihagu funeka maybe uyibone inkulu ingaka. Wafika omnye umlungu ozothenga zakhe, all these men are old. You're supposed to have sell them whilst they were about 6 or 3 months. A challenge is our face ananas. But the funa sit back, like it was said, before we go seriously about the land issue, and say what type of land is in our hands, Tina now. What are we doing with that land? Take a drive, Unyukap, Siskai, Old Siskai, Transkei, and you see, Natal, almost all the homelands were given pieces of land, including under the trust, of course, including the KwaZulu-Natal one. I have not seen a lot of development in the pieces of land that we have. And I think we need really to be ready when we are going to be taking pieces of land. Personally, I would hate to see that a white farmer who has got 100 hectares or 200 or 500 producing all variety of food and employ so many people to that farmer to be given to me because I'm going to run it down. And another thing that I must raise on the land issue, just for people to be careful. In Uganda took over their land, and you know what? The Africans like ourselves wanted everyone to own a piece of land. The big commercial farms were cut down into 25 and 50 hectares so that each and every black guy that lives there to own his farm. You see, you're cutting a commercial farm into a small farm that is not going to be productive. I met with these guys, I said, Uganda, they are busy now, after 30 years, trying to bring back all those farms so that it becomes a commercial entity. That's all I can say about the land. I'm not a politician. Thank you very much to you, Mr. Msizi, by inviting me. I'm not a public speaker, but I happen to be invited. Thank you.